Welcome back to the special edition of Hannity Road to the White House. Donald Trump has been hitting the campaign trail hard all week. Earlier today, the GOP hopeful was in Michigan and held a rally. Here are some of those highlights.
We're going to win the state of Michigan. We're going to win the White House, and it's going to be an awfully good November 8th. That evening is going to be a celebration. It's time, by the way, to rebuild Detroit. We're going to rebuild Detroit. It's time to rebuild Michigan, and we're not letting them take your jobs out of Michigan any longer. And it's time to rebuild the United States of America. We're going to do it. Our country is going to be greater than ever before. We're going to be the smart country again. The people of this country are tired of the lies. They're tired of trivial politics. They're tired of being talked down to, looked down upon, and treated like second-class citizens. This will finally be the year that the American people say, enough is enough.
And a brand new national Fox News poll just released today shows in a four-way matchup, Clinton and Trump are now neck and neck. There is a 3-point difference within the margin of error. Joining us now with the reaction is the Trump campaign manager, Kellyanne Conway. Kellyanne, good to see you.
Hi, Sean.
You know, one of the things Newt said that I thought was pretty smart, enlightening, bright guy, is I understand Mr. Trump's frustration with an abusively biased media. They're never going to tell the story of the smearing, the slandering, the besmirching, the bimbo eruptions, and all of these issues. There'll always be a double standard. And what he was suggesting is that Mr. Trump subordinate his personal feelings to the larger message, which is, here are our differences on Supreme Court justices, on vetting refugees, on saying radical Islam, on building a wall, on education back to the states, on energy independence, on repealing Obamacare. What do you think?
I agree completely in that, look, Hillary Clinton cannot run on her record. Okay, she's got this bad conundrum where she could be held accountable for what's a really unremarkable record in the United States Senate. I think there are 3 bills passed with her name on it. I know she sponsored other ones, but go and look at the information. She has a very checkered record as Secretary of State, and yet she doesn't have the benefit of incumbency. So if you actually make a contrast between her views and yours, her vision and yours, and you hold her to account on women, Sean, how many thousands of women has Donald Trump employed over his career? They've been compensated, they've been respected, they've elevated throughout the ranks of the Trump Corporation, many of them. They occupy some of the highest levels in his corporation. We just had some of the women on that have either worked for him or that he has treated so nicely, and it's a very different story of what the Clintons will spin or the media will spin. That's right. And, Sean, as everyone knows, watch what I do, not what I say, when it comes to how you treat people. And the point is that he has been very good to women throughout his life as a non-politician. Secondly, the Clinton Foundation takes money from all of these countries where women and girls are not treated with respect. They don't have basic rights. Millions of dollars have gone into the Clinton Foundation. And I think the frustration is all the incomplete coverage. We don't hear anything about the 5 people who have taken immunity as connected to the FBI investigation, the email scandal. Cheryl Mills took immunity and then acted as her attorney in the same investigation. So there's a great deal of frustration about what's covered, but I agree, you take the case, you take the issue set to Hillary Clinton, and you win. And that's also why she didn't really talk about issues the other night when she got the microphone. She got through that 5 or 6 point checklist of things she wanted to make sure that she was going to say. They're there to talk about issues, and she's yelling, squirrel, and then, of course, making a big deal of it afterward.
Yeah, because I do think this is what the election, at the end of the day, I think people are going to look at, okay, the economy is not good. We have 12 million more Americans on food stamps, 8 million more in poverty, the worst recovery since the 40s, lowest home ownership rate in 51 years, lowest labor participation rate in the 70s. That is huge. And then if you look at a record in Benghazi, Syria, Iraq, Afghanistan, the Russian reset, supporting the Muslim Brotherhood in Egypt, China's territorial ambitions, the North Korea's nuclear ambitions, nothing has really gotten better, nothing has been solved. And I think that was a good point that Donald Trump made at the debate the other night. 30 years, all talk, no action.
right.
What have you done? But that's not what she wants to talk about, and it seems the media wants to stay focused on this former Miss whatever that was, threatened to kill the judge, that lady.
And Sean, look, when Donald Trump did say at the debate, a very strong moment for him, and something that won't change between now and November 8th. Who represents the past? Who represents the future? Who represents change in Washington in a very disruptive, outsider way with business experience? And who represents more of the same? So if you are one of the 70% of Americans who tells pollsters you want to take this country in a new and different direction, your choice is clear. And I'm really struck by your new Fox News poll, Sean, that the ballot is still tight. People, if you listen to the pundits about Monday night, Hillary Clinton should be at 82% by now, and 110% among women, and she's not. She's still well below 50 in your Fox News poll. Why? Because people already know her. Their minds about her representing the status quo and having this very checkered and underwhelming record, that they know that doesn't change over the course of a 90-minute debate. The other thing that struck me in the Fox News poll are the attributes and the positions on who can handle these issues better. These two voters are really tied, whereas in past presidential contests, there was more of a gulf between the Democratic and Republican candidate in terms of who do you trust more on this issue. And most of those in your poll, they're within the margin of error or really close to it. So this is a real contest. We have a lot of days to go. She practices for moments. Donald Trump's out there in the stump every day. Today in Michigan, people standing in the pouring rain for hours to get into his rally. And then he talked about her globalist policies and the fact that he's got a very patriotic message to, quote, make America safe and prosperous and great again. It will come down to that in the end.
All right, I agree with that wholeheartedly. Kellyanne, I know you're working hard. As always, thanks for taking time to be with us. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Sean.